You know what I'd really like on the show today? I'd like someone that can sing and play the guitar. Oh, that's right. Emma Ohm is here along with Randall Franks. What a great program we have. So let's go ahead and
roll it.
The following program is presented by Kevin Shorey Ministries, whose mission is to fulfill the Great Commission by spreading the word that Jesus is the answer for this world today. Live from Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee, it's time once again for another edition of AM Kevin, starring evangelist, composer, and gospel artist Kevin Shorey and the entire AM Kevin Club gang. And now, reaching coast to coast and around the world with the message that Jesus is the answer for this world today, is your host, Kevin Shorey.
Well, isn't it a great day to serve the Lord? I'm so glad that you are watching today. You are watching on a great, from the TV show In the Heat of the Night and the new film coming out, American Creed. Randall Franks is here, as well as a up-and-coming great artist. It's always funny because most times artists have worked for years and years and they're still up and coming, right? You know, but here is Emma Ohm, and she's going to start us off with a great song that I'm sure she has composed. She's a composer, singer, songwriter, great artist, all the way from Chicago, Illinois. Emma Ohm.
Thanks for having me, Kevin. All right, this is my song called I'm on My Way. No matter how good I clean my glasses, there's always knots on my head, acting like it's not hard to handle, but it's the simple things that I dread. At the top of their ivory tower, they say that wisdom will bring you power, but they don't say where our wise old sage came from. Said this could be our last day. Yeah, that's what they say. I don't wanna run away. I just wanna celebrate, 'cause I'm on my way to heaven's gates.
Yeah.
I'm on my way. 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 No matter how good I clean my glasses, they are always dirty. Even when I'm fast, I'm just mess. But I cannot rush my destiny. At the top of their ivory tower, they say that wisdom will bring you power, but they don't say where our wise old sage came from. Said this could be our last day. Yeah, that's what they say. I don't wanna run away. I just wanna celebrate, 'cause I'm on my way to heaven's gate. I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
Yeah, that's Emma. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Oh, I guess my camera got bumped. Can you fix me, Miss Ruthie? Ruthie's in the house, and I'm glad you're in the house today. I see my potato heads out there in Idaho. Nancy Sherry, my buddy Isaiah. Larry's in the house. Ruthie's actually in the house. Robin out in Arkansas. Ginger out in California. There you go. Fix me there. Here, let me go to the other camera while you're fixing it. Oh, that's her. How about me? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that's not quite it, but that'll work. You got to move over just a hair more. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see when it comes to Randall Franks, but I think just go a little bit more. No, the other way. And okay, that's fine. Anyway, it's all good. We're live, and it's fun. Anyway, Jake's in the house down there in Mississippi. Fritzy's out in Arkansas. Let's see, Laura in Indiana, and Melvin and Catherine in Virginia are in the house so far. I'm so glad that you're here. And we just want to go to the Lord in prayer and open up in prayer. And isn't Emma's voice good? Everybody's saying, what a nice voice. I believe, man, she's got some soul. I'm telling you, that white girl can sing. And from Chicago, from Illinois even, with soul. But I guess that can make sense. Isn't that where the Blues Brothers were from?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, Lord, we thank you for this day that you have made. There's my brother Connor. Connor, yeah, I do need a cameraman, Connor. He was our cameraman out at the Jim Baker Show, among other things. Bless Connor. Bless Larry and Rowana and Melvin and Catherine and Nancy and Sherry, my buddy Isaiah. Bring healing to Isaiah, Ginger and Fritzy and Jake and Laura and all those, and Robin, those that are watching right now and those that are going to watch throughout the day and then tomorrow. God, I just ask for your blessing, not only on this program. May we not say, here's what we're doing and you need to bless it, but may we find what you're blessing and do it. And so we hope that your anointing will be on this program and it'll reach many, many, many people, God. And I just pray for our nation and our president and all of our leaders for protection, provision, and divine wisdom for our leaders, not only in the White House, but in the church house, for our pastors and evangelists and missionaries, God. And let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That means peace in Israel, peace in the Ukraine, peace in our nation. And be with our church that we built out in Kasawa, Ghana, West Africa, God, and be with Pastor Adam and that congregation. Just, God, we just ask that you will send a revival to our nation, where this nation will once again be one nation under God. I see Patty. Bless Patty and her husband, Bud. Bud needs a miracle, but God, you're a miracle-working God, and we thank you for that. And we praise you today. Help us every day as the Holy Spirit lives inside of us. Help us to constantly grow, become better Christians, being the salt and light, walking in your favor, putting on the whole armor of God every day. Help us. And then I see Joyce pop in. Bless Miss Joyce and help and strengthen her out there in Florida. And we thank you and we praise you for every good and perfect gift comes from you. In Jesus' mighty, matchless name, amen and amen. And if you're watching Facebook or YouTube, just type in capital letters, amen. That means you're shouting it. So I want you to shout it, right? Because we learned the Hebrew of amen is not just so be it, but it means it is forever settled in the heavens. That's right. It is already done. It's a done deal by God when you seal it with amen. So the Bible even says that your prayers are stored up in containers, and at the appointed time it is released to you. So we just pray the appointed time. Oh, lift up a friend of mine too, Bishop Tim Richards out there in Salem, Oregon. He went in for some tests. He's trying to get a new kidney, and they're doing different things and preparing his body for that. In the meantime, they did a heart, some sort of heart examination, whatever, and then something happened where they've got to go and release the pressure over his eyes now. So he's going into surgery today. And so would you lift up Tim Richards with me? Okay, Bishop Tim needs our prayers today. Well, it is a good day. Isn't Emma amazing? Yes, you can find her music, Spotify, iTunes, and her name is EMMAOHM is her last name. OHM. I think that's a sound term, isn't it? Is there ohms of audio and something? Maybe not.
It's a unit of electrical resistance, so
Oh,
I
you
say
go.
I'm irresistible.
Yes, that is awesome. That is good. She is on Instagram and Facebook, and you can find her on Emma Oma / or just Emma Ohm Music.
It's Emma _
Let me get your reverb off so you sound like not a robot.
hello, AI, no. Emma _ OHM _ music with a Q.
MUSIQ.
Right.
Pretty cool.
Thank you.
So Emma _ Ohm _ MUSIQ.
Perfect.
That is the way you get a hold of her music, and I know you'll want to do that for sure. She's in concerts all over the country, including in a few weeks she will be in Chicago, where she hails from, and we're going to find out more about her. But Randall Franks is coming up. Before we do that, let's take our medicine. We take our medicine every day, and you know the Bible says that laughter does good like a medicine, so roll those banana splits.
Here's Kevin with today's jokes.
Today's jokes come from different sources. All right, I've got one. Laura has a couple of them. But Nancy, I don't know if you saw Miss Nancy yesterday. I saw she had posted it, and we didn't catch it. But hey, Laura, she's drinking a pomegranate raspberry tea. I've got a wild sweet orange Tazo tea. Good. And by the way, everything tastes better in an AM Kevin Club mug. I am so terrible at plugging things, but if you would like to become a partner, that's how you receive the AM Kevin Club mug. And Emma, it's not a selfish mug because lefties have the logo showing, and so do righties. Do you know some mugs only have the logo on one side?
That's amazing.
Selfish mugs, but ours is not. And you can get a mug, you can get the tumbler, but all you have to do is sign up for $11 a month. 11 rhymes with Kevin. And for $11 a month, we will send you. Matter of fact, I hope everybody, if you did not get your newsletter, of course, if you get it by mail, you haven't got it yet because it just went out yesterday. But all you emailers, you got your newsletter. So you get a monthly letter with a word from me to encourage you. And I already got testimonies from a couple different folks that said, thank you for the word. Miss Patty did, and Miss Ruth, and all different ones, just how it blessed them. So I hope that our newsletter blesses, but also maybe you don't want a mug or a tumbler, but you want the ball cap that I normally wear. And thank you. Who was that just said they liked my hat? I just want to shout out to them. Who just said, nice hat? I think it was Joyce. Was it Laura? All right, we'll give the credit to Joyce, though, because Laura, no, I'm kidding. I pick on her every day. No, Joyce said, like your hat, Kevin. I didn't see a Laura comment. Are you sure? She said, nice, what? It says, like the hat. That's Joyce. It says, like your hat. Where's Laura? Laura. Oh, she just said, like the hat a minute ago. Okay. But Joyce said it first. There you go. Lorraine's in the house. She's one of our newest AM Kevin Club members. AM Kevin Club members. You can get the Friends of Israel ball cap, the official Kevin Shorey Show t-shirt. And, we've been offering this sweet mop cloth. This is such a great invention that these are my last two that I have. And I've been giving them $10 one-time gift, 3 of them at a time. And the great invention is that my pastor's wife, invented this sweet mop cloth with microfiber, and she put Velcro on them so it goes around your broom or your mop, and you can get to those spaces up in the top, or you can get to, like this lady got her blinds clean. She was blinded by the light. Okay. I don't know why that was in my head, but watch how she used the sweet mop cloth.
Hi, I'm a professional cleaner, and I can't tell you how much I love this sweeper for your broom, or you can put it on your mop, but I suggest the broom because it gets more area per sweep. And as you can tell, I've been already doing the blinds and see the dirt. It's not only for your blinds, it's for your walls. And you can do it any way you want. But this right here is going to save me. This is the blinds that I just went over. And I'll do some more back down here. so you can see how much more I'm getting ready to get. As you can see, all it takes is one sweep. Now, do you see all the dirt that came off those blinds? Isn't this thing pretty nifty? I like this little sweeper. So, if you can, get you one, because it sure is going to help you when it comes to sweeping down your walls, your blinds, everything. Some people's got cabinets that they can't reach to clean. See that dirt up there on the top? So, y'all go get your sweeper now. It really makes a difference.
See, isn't that amazing? How did Ginger know? How can he not know that accent? This is how we do it down here. Anyway, but Ruthie is a professional cleaner. She does. And anyway, she'll come to your house if you want her to. Go to California and see Ginger and all. But so Ginger knew, huh? She knew it was you? That's Ruthie's video. Yes, it is. And Joyce got the newsletter yesterday. Thank you, Kevin. It was beautiful. Appreciate taking time to, yes. Yep, said you have a nice hat. Thank you, Miss Joyce. I appreciate it. And Laura did too. Thank you, Miss Laura. And let's see. It was Joyce, but then Laura said it the minute. Yeah, Larry's defending me. Thank you, Larry. Anyway, let's take our medicine. It sounds like we really need it now, don't we? Okay. So Nancy had sent this. She had posted this on the yesterday during the show, but I didn't see it. It says, "Why are frogs always happy? Why are frogs always happy?" Yes, frogs are always happy because they eat whatever bugs them. Thank you. Emma laughed. Yay. I thought that was good, Nancy. Thank you so much for that. And then I put in, what did the scuba diver say when he was given more air? What did a scuba diver say when he was given more air? He said, tanks. Okay. What did the lettuce say to the celery? Quit stalking me. Yes, of course. That's what it said. Okay. My boss said he's going to fire me. My boss said he's going to fire someone with bad posture. That would definitely be me. By the way, while you were singing that song about your glasses always dirty, mine were dirty. I had to clean, and they're always dirty. I don't know. And I wear contacts. I'm supposed to. I just don't. I gave them up years ago for Lent. My boss said he's going to fire someone with bad posture. I have a hunch it's me. And now they're groaning out there. I'm not going to have a studio audience if they're just going to groan. Okay. Here's the last one, but now you've got to think about this. I didn't get this one at first, so you've got to really think about this one, but this will do you good like a medicine. When I eat vegetable soup, I only eat the vowels. And then somebody asked me, why? I go, yes, sometimes. Because sometimes Y is a vowel. See, I only eat the vowels. Sometimes, and they say, why? I go, yeah, sometimes. Okay, I thought it was genius. Larry, help me, please.
Today in Christian history.
Yes, today in Christian history, this is March the 26th. March the 26th in 1862, a man by the name of Joseph Henry Gilmore wrote the great hymn, He Leadeth Me, Leadeth Me, He Leadeth Me. He wrote it in Philadelphia after a midweek Bible study about the 23rd Psalm. Joseph Henry Gilmore wrote that song, He Leadeth Me, today in 1862, March 26th of 1998, not too long ago. A lady by the name of Joan Andrews was finally released from prison. This was her 200th time to be put in prison. You'd think she'd learn a lesson? No, because she is an anti-abortion activist, and she is standing up for the life of babies. Joan Andrews, released for her 200th time today from prison. I just thought that was interesting Christian history. And now, one of my heroes of the faith. I've given you my top three, but there are four. There are four best, to me, doesn't have to be your list, but to me, the greatest Christian songwriters of all time. We started out with Andre Crouch. His songs are in the hymnals. He's a legacy. He's one of the greatest. To God be the glory soon and very soon. The blood will never lose its power. I mean, it goes on and on and on through it all. Then there's Dottie Rambo. Dottie Rambo, from We Shall Behold Him, Behold the Lamb. I've never been this homesick before. Build my mansion next door to G. I mean, we could go on forever. I shelter in the arms of God. Then there was Bill Gaither. Bill Gaither, he touched me. There's something about that name. You cannot argue with me that these are, well, you can if you want, but some of the greatest. And then fourth on my list, and I only have four. I can't really, I think of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of great songwriters, but as far as their songs in the hymnals that are contemporaries, I guess is where I'm going with that category. And it has to be this man. And this was one of the early pictures, and one of the earliest I could find of his singing group called the Lanny Wolf Trio. And Lanny Wolf, he has written over 700 songs to date. And once again, will be one who leaves a legacy with people singing and recording his songs long after he's gone. His songs are in hymnals. He's written 14 musicals, recorded over 70 projects, won 2 Dove Awards, a Grammy Award for the song that he wrote, which was a duet by Sandy Patty and Laurel Harris called More Than Wonderful. He wrote that. Lanny Wolf learned to play the piano by ear. That's why I really despise him. But no, I love him. I've just met him once briefly. I don't really know him well, just like Bill Gaither met him once. Andre Crouch sang at his church, went out to dinner with Andre Crouch. But I guess of all the ones, my closest friend, I would say, would be Dottie Rambo. I got to know many times, got to hang out with her many times. But Lanny Wolf went to Ohio State, then San Jose State, became a teacher for a while, but then after he was married, started the Lanny Wolf Trio, comprised of his wife, there's his wife Marita, and Dave Peterson, and they went on to be the famous Lanny Wolf Trio. And you see that's the title of their album, Brand New Touch, which is a song I learned how to sing harmony with as a teenager, and re-recorded that just recently on a new CD called Growing Up Gospel. And there's another one, a picture of the old Lanny Wolf Trio. That song up on that album is Shout It, Jesus is Coming, Jesus is Coming. And this is what that trio looked like recently. There you go. They haven't really aged much at all, for sure. But if you can't name one of his songs, come on, we've been naming their songs. If you can't name one of their songs, I'll help you, but let me know if you know any Lanny Wolf songs. Laura says, love Lanny Wolf. Let's see. Nancy gave me another joke. Oh, we'll have to use it tomorrow. Why don't skeletons fight? They don't have the guts. Oh, okay, well. Yeah, we wouldn't use that one anyway. That's okay. Wah, wah. Not that mine were great. Anyway, remember the hair? I know Marita had the hair up, whatever. They are United Pentecostal folks. So, she never cut her hair. The ladies don't cut their hair, and they don't wear makeup at all, but to each his own. Anyway, Larry says, I thought you played the piano with your hands, not your ears. Okay, whatever. Laura, Something in the Air. That's right. That's one I didn't know, but let me help you. I Feel Good. I Feel Good, I Feel Good. That was one of their first hits in the 70s. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. That's one of his songs. Of course, More Than Wonderful. Lord, you know I need a brand new touch. Have a nice day with Jesus. I used to open the program with that. For his blood was not just blood of another spotless lamb, but his blood was precious blood. In everything give thanks. Jesus be the Lord of all. I mean, this just to name a few, including a Christmas song, Rejoice with Exceeding Great Joy, that they actually play as part of their Christmas celebration at Epcot at Disney World. That's right. So Lanny Wolf, once again, has left a legacy. And Laura got to name one, but I don't see anybody else. But I hope you will look up Lanny Wolf and see that he is worthy of being one of our heroes of the faith. And that was our segment called Heroes of the Faith and
Today in Christian History.
There I am. Yay, I'm back. All right. And now, without any further ado, we have, from an actor in the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame. I mean, he's a musician, singer, songwriter, producer, director. He's coming out, he does not let the grass grow around his feet, I think is a saying. I don't know. But, a short film coming out, video coming out, documentary coming out. He's got a new book that is out. And ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about the one and the only Mr. Let me get the applause ready because we've got to have applause before we show his great picture. Here we go. I'm sorry. It's a one-man band here, but I definitely know that he's worth this. Randall Franks is in the house. Yay! How you doing, my friend?
I'm very well, Kevin. It's good to be with you, and thanks for having me today. And thanks for the wonderful introduction. And enjoyed Emma, wonderfully talented young lady.
Yeah, she is talented, isn't she? That's awesome. Brother Randall, you're down there in Georgia, but I'm excited to announce to people that in just a short amount of time, you're actually going to be live with me in the studio coming up in April. I'm so excited about that.
We've been talking about that for a while. I'm glad we're able to accomplish that goal that we've had for a while. So.
For sure. So folks will remember you as, is it Randy Good? Did I say it right?
That's right. Officer Randy Good.
From In the Heat of the Night. A great television program. We need more like that today.
Well, thank you so much for watching. And Bubba says, hey. We had a lot of fun on the show, and it was just a blessing to be a part of that. And of course, now that's a few decades back there in the past since we've done that show, but thankfully a few million people still watch it every single day, across the United States. So I hear from many of them.
It's amazing to me that the 80s were like 40 years ago. I just can't even fathom that. But man, you look great, and you're, like I was saying, you do not let the grass grow under your feet. I mean, you're a great musician in so many different, more than one Hall of Fame, I believe, in your Georgia State Hall of Fame or something, and the bluegrass music, and you actually played with one of your mentor heroes that's right there on your. I'm pointing to your wall there.
Yes. Bill Monroe is behind me, Jim and Jesse, and so many others, Doc Tommy Scott of the Last Real Old Time Medicine Show. So many wonderful people who were a part of my life and were encouragers in my life. In fact, I did a whole book series about encouragers, and these were some of the bigger ones who influenced me on a day-to-day basis as I was coming up, like Bill Monroe did. In fact, I celebrated my 40th anniversary as a bluegrass boy, as part of Bill Monroe's bluegrass bands. Went up and did a show in Rosine, Kentucky, his hometown, last fall in celebration of that, and did a couple of documentary pieces that are out on the internet. I did Bill Monroe's Rosine with bluegrass boy Randall Franks that folks can find. I also did one on my predecessor on the fiddle. I did almost an hour interview with Kenny Baker some years ago, and we created a documentary with that interview, telephone interview that I did, and with a lot of pictures working with his family. And so that's out there, Bluegrass Legends, Kenny Baker and Randall Franks. So folks can find some of those things that are out there. Visit us on YouTube and Rumble and X and all these different social media sites. Like, follow, and subscribe, and we need you there to support us.
For sure. RandallFranks.com, and we're putting up the links now as we're talking. Larry's doing it for us on YouTube and Facebook, so we have all the links and all. But RandallFranks.com/Southern Crossing we want to talk about. You mentioned books. Show us and tell us about this book, Southern Crossing.
Brand new, right off the presses. It came out on the 17th of March, St. Patrick's Day. Southern Crossing. It's set in a small town in Mississippi. Wondered where that came from. Sparta? No, it's This is Hinton, Mississippi, where this one is based, but a small Mississippi town around the family, the Wilson family, some Irish Americans who settled there in the 1820s, and we follow the Wilsons through from the 1800s to present day, and we learn a lot about them in this novella. And I think you'll enjoy it. It's sort of like watching an episode of In the Heat of the Night. If you enjoy reading Southern Crossing, Ithaca's Legacy, some wonderful characters that I hope you'll take to heart and enjoy their story. You might even feel like you know them once you start to read it. But it's available at randallfranks.com/southern-crossing. You can get a copy. I'll autograph it, mail it out to you. Or if you're a digital book reader, you can go over there, that big company that sells all the books, Amazon, and find the digital version. Yes, they've got that up. But I'd rather you get it from me because that helps us support what we do.
Do we see maybe television or a movie from this book, maybe?
Well, as a matter of fact, that's sort of how it started. The book was a script, and that's yes. So it's something. When I started working on it, actually started working on this when I was on In the Heat of the Night. Carol O'Connor read this. Alan Autry read this. In fact, I pay homage to them in the book because they made suggestions along with other people back in those days when I was on the show. And it's taken this long for me to create it into a book format, and so everybody can enjoy it, not just the folks who've gotten to read the script through the years. So
now, would you say that your music came before the acting and before you're into television and all? Was it just music was really early on for you, right? When did you pick up the banjo or guitar the first time?
Well, I started playing at age 8 and started touring with my teenage bluegrass band at 13. We started doing festivals and, churches and flea markets and auctions and everything in between that you can imagine. And we had a lot of fun growing up doing that. And, of course, that allowed us to catch the eye of Bill Monroe and Jim and Jesse and so many others. Bill Monroe brought our young band up to perform for the Grand Ole Opry, and that's how I sort of started getting known in not only in the Grand Ole Opry family but in country music. I had my first splash. Back in those days, the big magazine was the Music City News. So if you were featured in the Music City News, that you had made it. In many respects. And my very first appearance for the Opry was featured in Music City News, and I was so blessed by that because there I was right beside Barbara Mandrell and Bobby Bear and Lee Greenwood and Alabama and the Judds in this feature that they did. So it was pretty neat for a teenager from Georgia to sort of break the ice.
Someone come to you and then say, you should be on television, or you should be, acting, or did you pursue that after this or during this, or how did that evolve?
Well, just like all groups, when you have a bunch of young people, teenagers, there comes a point in time when we all decide, well, we're going to go to college or we're going to do this or that. And at the point in time when our everybody sort of started going their own way, I was still appearing on the Opry, or for the Opry rather. And when that, I decided I'd always wanted to act. So I started at that point studying acting, and some doors opened to me because I'd been blessed with the music. I'd been appearing on television as a variety performer doing music. And I'd started that in the early 80s. 1981 was my first variety show appearance. So by the time 1988 had come along and In the Heat of the Night was there and started airing, I appeared in my first film. I did a CBS movie of the week called Desperate for Love with Brian Bloom, who was one of the soap opera stars of that era, Christian Slater, and Tammy Lauren. And it was set around a high school choir. And so it was typecasting. So I was a singer and got on the show. And that's sort of those folks who were involved in that project then moved on to In the Heat of the Night. When In the Heat of the Night moved from Louisiana to Georgia between its first and second season, and brought me to In the Heat of the Night. And those doors opened. They created a character for me, and the rest is now television history, I guess you would say.
You're like one of those guys I was talking about earlier that I just kind of want to slap because you're just so talented with acting. And I don't really want to slap you, brother. So you can come to the studio. I probably won't slap you.
Okay, all right, yeah.
But acting and music and now you've got the documentary video, the short film. Would you call American Creed? Well, let's talk about it. Let me play a little trailer for American Creed.
Okay,
and then
please
let's talk about it. All right? Here's a little bit of taste of American Creed, y'all.
I know not what the outcome of our efforts will be, whether we will be seen as heroes of our new country or traitors of our old one. Some may call it a revolution, but I see it as an evolution of mankind. I believe in the United States of America.
Wow, that looks fascinating. Tell us about the evolution of that and where we can watch it and what's happening with American Creed.
Well, back in 2018, it was the century mark of a part of the trilogy of our American story. We have the Pledge of Allegiance, we have the Star-Spangled Banner, which is our national anthem, but a lot of folks don't realize we also have a statement of faith in America in the sense of the American's Creed. It's why we believe in being an American. And, when that particular document, I'd heard it, but I came more aware of it at its century mark and discovered my familial connection to it, as in the author, William Tyler Page, is a cousin, and we share grandparents together, so a kinsman. I decided I wanted to do a project that focused on that document as well as the Revolutionary War, because I really feel that we need to be more aware of our founding. We need to be more aware of the documents which created our country, as well as the sacrifices that men and women made to give us the life that we have today, 250 years later. In the film, I play one of my ancestor patriots who fought during the Revolutionary War, Captain Robert Shields. I brought together a very talented group of reenactors and wonderful cinematographer, Eric Jackson, who helped me with the project. We created the short film, which is The American's Creed. And then we created a documentary about making the project as well as the history of the original document, The American's Creed. And we submitted those over the last couple of years to film festivals around the world. So the projects have run from everywhere from Slovakia to South Korea and all points in between. India, it's just amazing all the different places that played the American's Creed or the making of. And so now we're to the point where we release it to the public and let people see it. And hopefully the general public will enjoy it. The short film, people say, well, is it a movie? No, it's a short film, which means it's about 7 minutes long. And then the documentary is just shy of 30 minutes long. And you can see them both. And then we have a music video. So I brought in a talented guitarist, internationally known thumb and finger picking guitarist by the name of Wesley Kreider. And we wrote this. We wrote the score to the projects. And so we have in the project, we're also doing a music video that will come out in between the two. The 1st of April is when the American's Creed becomes available, 8 o'clock on the 1st. April the 7th will be the music video at 10 a.m. on the 7th. And then the documentary comes out on Lexington and Concord Day, which is the 250th anniversary of those battles, beginning the Revolutionary War, at 8 o'clock. And you can watch it on Randall Frank's channel on X. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Rumble, on Brighteon, and you find it. If you want to see it, you can go click on it. It'll actually you can go to YouTube and click on notify me when this is about to happen, because they're all set up, ready to premiere with the exception of X, and then it'll just be released on X that day, so you can find it.
That's amazing. So you can find it even if you're not looking for it. It's everywhere.
Well, it's everywhere that you can imagine seeing it, and then of course, if you would like to have a copy of it, you can go to randallfranks.com/the-American-creed with no apostrophe in Americans, and you can send us $20 and get the DVD. There's an hour of music on here too, me performing with my show, as well as some solos, in addition to the documentary and the short film. So you can get these. That helps support what we do, and it helps us. We're actually, it's just like in ministry, we use the money from the DVDs. We've got some T-shirts too from the film, and that helps us actually buy advertising, so that we can, even though something's out there on the internet, it doesn't mean that it's going to actually get seen, because they don't put, a lot of times they won't put ministry topics. A lot of times they won't put patriotic topics in your feed. So if we spend some money and advertise it, then hopefully it will get to the eyes of people who need to see it. And I think in many respects, I think our faith and our patriotism go hand in hand. And that was one of the reasons I wanted to do the project. And obviously it's a vital part of the story, and what I created is not, as you can see, the trailer ended with me in prayer, so you can see the importance that faith had with our founders. I mean, every document.
It's in the fabric of our nation. Yeah, for sure.
And every document that they created gave respect to our Creator. And a lot of people say, well, it's the Declaration only mentions God, I think, 3 times, or so. Yes, but it mentions God 3 times. As well as it's based on every document of the 13 colonies, the documents related to the constitutions, which every single one of those mentioned faith in God. And in fact, every colony required you to be a Christian to serve in public office, or at least, and in some respects, a Protestant. Some respects a Christian. So it depended on the colony. So all of that's there. So faith was an important part of what our founders created this country with.
To our attention for this, Brother Randall. Appreciate it so much. The short film, the documentary of the making of Americans Creed, it is randallfranks.com/the-Americans-Creed. And of course, there's also the /Southern-Crossing for the book as well. We have just time for a quick song. Can you have so many great videos too. You guys just type in Randall Franks on YouTube, and you can watch so many great picking and grinning songs that I just love your stuff.
Thank you. We actually have a program called Appalachian Sounds. And if you put in Randall Frank's Appalachian Sounds, you'll find all kinds of new music that we're doing every single week. You'll find new songs out every week. Me performing with a lot of our Share America scholars, a lot of our young people that we've mentored through the years. If y'all hang on, I'm going to try one that has been out since I went up the charts in 1990 on the Christian music charts. It's a song I wrote with John Farley called "He's Never Gonna Fool Me Again." I feel the devil's hot breath on my neck as he whispered in my ear. He said there's no use in praying to God, he's too busy, he won't hear. He said, don't you know, you're all alone, nobody cares about your needs. Well, soon he had me so confused, I didn't know what I believed. But he's never gonna fool me again. No, he's never gonna fool me again. I'm not going to listen when he tells me there's nothing wrong with a little sin. I've been to the Father, I know his love, my soul is saved and cleansed. The devil can talk all he wants to, but he's never gonna fool me again.
Yeah.
That old devil kept coming back, time after time, chipping away at my faith. He said, you got to learn to live for yourself what you want, you got to take. He said, you've got to learn to cheat and lie, everybody else does, you know. Well, the Lord reached down, he pulled me up, and that old devil lost his hold. But he's never gonna fool me again. No, he's never gonna fool me again. I'm not going to listen when he tells me there's nothing wrong with a little sin. I've been to the Father, I know his love, my soul is saved and cleansed. The devil can talk all he wants to, but he's never gonna fool me again.
Goes wild. I love it. Great song, great interview, a great man. Thank you so much, Randall Franks, for being here today. And the next time I see you, I'm going to see you in person. I can't wait.
Looking forward to it, Kevin. Thanks, yes, everybody.
Sir. RandallFranks.com, folks, / you can do _Americans _creed or / Southern _ crossing. I'm sorry, there's so many dashes and underscores. But just look up RandallFranks.com and you'll find it all there. Videos, everything. And April 1st comes the short film or the documentary?
That's the short film on April 1st, yep.
The Americans Creed. So important for everybody to see it and support as well. Thank you, Brother Randall. Bless you out there in Georgia.
Thanks. God bless everyone.
We'll see you next time. Yes, sir. God bless. Bye-bye. And ladies and gentlemen, to sing us a song as we can segue into this next, if I can find the right button to push to say, yeah, there we go. Brother Randall's out. All right. Man, I could just talk to him all day. He's got so much stuff. I mean, so many things to talk about and all. But we have, ladies and gentlemen, Emma Ohm in the house, and she's going to sing a song that is a great video. You got to look it up, YouTube or on her website, Emma Ohm music, not her website, but you can get her on, well, she'll tell you in a second. Anyway, let's do the song and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Here's Emma Ohm once again. Yeah.
This is treasure. I call it We Are the World, insert whatever the year is. So We Are the World 2025.
Yeah.
Never thought that the weight would be so heavy that they can't get out. Mama and Daddy stand at the sidelines. False prophets run their mouths. They are not for sale. Human life don't have a price. If we can't agree, we better ask the Lord to intercede. 'Cause if we stop the hate, we'll make the world much brighter.
Come on.
Love on the vulnerable and tell them that they're fighters. It's always spied, though it hides in plain sight. Everybody is silent, but if we don't get united, we're gonna lose the fight. 'Cause they are not for sale. Human life don't have a price. If we can't agree, we better ask the Lord to intercede. 'Cause if we stop the hate, we'll make the world much brighter. Love on the vulnerable and tell them that they're fighters. It's always the evil one who wants us all divided. But together we are better, and the world could be a treasure. Maybe if our hearts were just a little lighter, we'd realize it's better to not be so divided. If we forget the worries, that'll be there for us tomorrow. We can help the children overcome their sorrows. 'Cause if we stop the hate, we'll make the world much brighter. Love on the vulnerable and tell them that they're fighters. It's always the evil one who wants us all divided. But together we are better, and the world could be a treasure. Oh, but together we are better, and the world could be a treasure, a treasure. But together we are better, and the world would be a treasure.
Wow, that is great. You are a treasure to the kingdom. Thank you. And man, you, every one of you, are a treasure to the kingdom. And I'm just so special in God's eyes. And you got to watch that video. Ruthie said she's going to post it on the Tennessee chapter, but so everybody can watch it. Go to YouTube, but of course, go to, especially if you want, you go into different churches or different places. If you get asked, she'll do anniversaries, birthdays, and bar mitzvahs. Just Emma Ohm Music, MUSIQ on Instagram and Facebook. And that is great. So now tell us where you're from, where you were born, where you were raised, and when did you start doing music?
Yeah, so I will be honest. I always say Chicago, but I'm not technically from the city.
Right.
I'm from the western suburb called Elmhurst.
Yes, well, that's close enough, believe me.
Close
Elmhurst is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But still, you get Americana in Elmhurst.
For sure. And then, let's see, I'm turning 28 on Friday, so I think I started doing music when I was 12, so maybe that's 16 years.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And do you always want to be on stage and do this kind of deal? And when did you write your first song?
Oh, gosh. I think when I was like 8, 9, 10, I would write lyrics, but they were, you shouldn't say they're bad.
They're 8, 9, 10-ish. Yeah.
They were 8, 9, 10-ish type lyrics, yeah. So I've been writing lyrics since like I was 9, but I've been writing songs since I was maybe like 12, 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just great. And
you.
so you're back and forth from Nashville a lot. I mean, you spend some time here and meeting other songwriters, or you're just tell us about what your future projects and stuff, what your goals are then.
Yeah. So I'm back in Chicago at the moment, but my goals are just to continue to do music and tour as much as possible. So I love coming back to Tennessee. I lived here for a while. So yeah, I would say, yeah, I've written with some people here. I also just love playing with the band. So I have jammed with a lot of people, and I, at some point I've had Earth, Wind, and Fire type arrangements, and at some point I'd love to have that all the time. So this is the place to be. You got horn players, you got string players, you got backup singers. So I love the big sound.
Yeah, you kind of have that. Who's the Tori? Is it
Tori Kelly?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love Tori Kelly. I love that you compared me to her.
Because you have those riffs, man.
Thank
you have the Tori Kelly riffs for sure. And so things are ahead. Are you going to be recording? You have a CD or downloads or whatever that you kids do nowadays.
Yeah, I have stuff on Spotify. A lot of stuff already released, but yeah, I'm always releasing new music. I have a song called "Reach for the Stars" coming out TBA, but probably this summer.
Yeah. You have to come back and sing that one for us.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Tell us about the next song, and then set that up for us, and all that.
Yeah.
It was fantastic music, and I don't know. I wouldn't know what genre to put you into, because you just cover it all, and it's really it's good music. It is Emma Ohm, OHM. It's Emma _ right? _
on Instagram, at least, yeah.
On Instagram. And but just look her up on Facebook, or of course her music on Spotify, iTunes, all those kind of platforms. And she just, what an amazing talent.
Thank you.
And I'm so honored that you're here, and I do hope you come back and tell us about this next song.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This next song is called Shaggy Head, and it's about giving people noogies. I was noogied a bit as a kid, and I had brothers.
As was I.
Yeah, it's not always comfortable, but you can do it in a nice, gentle way.
They're better than swirlies.
They are, yeah. Yes. It doesn't matter how much or how little hair you think you have, you can still give yourself a noogie. So yeah, it's kind of a fun, quirky song, but it's also, I think it's a song about forgiveness, and it's a song about just give me another chance, because I'll give you a really good head rub. So
that's good. I love it.
Yeah. Spotting you from a mile away, you were instantly drawn to my grace, helped you find your happy place, realize love is more than a chase. I can tell just by your way, I see you hesitate. What I've done has left you so afraid of my heart and what I might break. Am I bashful or am I just distasteful? I know I hurt you, baby, but I'm willing to rub your aching brain. Don't wanna tease your mind now, maybe I can tease your hair. Let me noogie, baby, let me noogie, baby, let me noogie, baby, and you love your shaggy hair.
Come on.
Woo.
That's good.
Why don't you see me the way I am? I got these warm, fuzzy feelings, but you ain't convinced. Baby, I ain't hatching no evil plan. I just want you to be my man, 'cause I know you've got a secret you should not be keeping. Baby, give it away. You know it's been neglected, let's give it some attention. Why don't we answer the question? Am I bashful or am I just distasteful? I know I hurt you, baby, but I'm willing to rub your aching brain. Don't wanna tease your mind now, maybe I can tease your hair. Let me noogie, baby, let me noogie, baby, let me noogie, baby, and you love your shaggy head. Let me noogie, baby, let me noogie, baby, let me noogie, baby, and your lovely shaggy head, your head, your head.
That's what I'm talking about. The first time Shaggy Brain and Noogie has ever been said on the program. I love it. I love it.
First for everything.
Yes, for everything. And thank you so much, Emma, for coming on. And we're going to get more songs from you. I know you got some more inside you to come out. And so hopefully you'll come back soon. Thank you, Emma Ohm. Thank you, Randall Franks. What a great program. Tomorrow, evangelists and recording artists Tim and Liz Cawthon will be here all the way from West Virginia by way of, I think they're coming here from Louisiana, but on the way back home to West Virginia. I don't know how that works, but they're evangelists, so that's how it goes. They'll be here tomorrow. Until then, this was a great program. Push the share button. Also, get Emma's music, get Randall Frank's movies, music, and all those things. And we'll be back with Tim and Liz Cawthon. Push the share button if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube. Then get people to join the channel. Join our YouTube channel. Or go to our podcast where you can just listen to it, all the different, like Spotify and iTunes and all those places you can listen to our program as well. There you go. So why do we do this? We do this for one reason only, just to let people know Jesus is the answer for this world today.
This brings to a close another edition of AM Kevin. We're glad you could join us. If you'd like to contact us, you can write us at Kevin Shorey Ministries, P.O. Box 222, Pleasant View, Tennessee 37146. Our email address is kshorymin@aol.com, and you can visit our website, kevinshorey.com. Be sure and follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. When you do, be sure and hit the like button and the notification bell so you'll know when we go live. Join us again next time when we present another edition of AM Kevin. And remember, Jesus is the answer for this world today. AM Kevin is part of the outreach ministry of Kevin Shorey Ministries, Inc., all rights reserved.